So this is actually a quote by J. Oswald Sanders that I've adapted for content creation. Every time I said content creation, it was leader, but it absolutely connects. So let me read it to you. So creativity is influence. Content creation is influence, right? Nothing more, nothing less. It is about influencing others in a worthwhile cause. It is not dependent on titles or positions. It is dependent on someone catching a vision from God and mobilizing others to join them in its fulfillment. When this happens, Christian content creation arises in its purest form. It happens to every movement at one point or another, especially when there is no system or plan. In those times, there is no expectation of progress. Today, many regions of the online world are crying for godly, effective creators. The creator must earn the right to be heard, and others choose to follow. We talk a lot about content creation when it comes to, what is a content creator? But when I lock down the term Christian content creator, I think I really do. I've decided that the number one thing it means is that you are seeing your content as an act of service. You see it with a purpose. You have in mind this group. It's not about popularity. It's not about numbers. It's not about, you gaining, like, I don't need to talk about all that. You guys know that. But really, it is an intentionality of it. So what you want to do when you're a Christian content creator is you want to influence the world, and you want to connect to people, and you want them to be passionate about what you're passionate about, and to use your content to be able to not only convey a message, but to convey your heart and create a movement to do something. Whether it be you want to, help a group, get better, or you want to go to a lonely place, or you want to bring up some topic that needs to be more addressed, or whatever it is, you want something to happen. It's not just about the content. It's about the content moving someone forward. That last sentence, though, the creator must earn the right to be heard, and others choose to follow. It isn't automatic. Just because you have good quality content, just because you have a really good idea, just because the thing you want to do is really interesting to you, or even very necessary, the thing that is going to set you apart isn't how great all that is or how passionate you are about it. It is going to be the right that you have because you earned the ability to be heard. And how do you earn the right to be heard from people? And that's the second slide. Your relationship with the audience is based on trust. Therefore, your integrity is your most precious resource. It stands to, and you guys should know this when it comes down to it, that the number one thing you want from a teacher, or from a pastor, or from a doctor, or from any other person's authority, is you want to be able to trust them, because you're giving them part of your heart. You're giving them your money. You're giving them you're giving them hope, like, you're going to fix me, or you're giving them something from you. And because of that risk, you really want that person to be trustworthy. You don't want the doctor to, not have signed the Hippocratic Oath, or you don't want your lawyer to not have been tested by the bar. You don't want your favorite, your pastor to never have been tested. Like, you want them to be tested, and you want them to be trustworthy. In the same way, regardless of how great your content is, regardless of how great your idea is, the people that are coming to you, they want to trust you. And if you know the online community at all, and trust is hard to come by, they are overwhelmingly church hurt and socially not awkward, but like, they've been hurt by society, or they have social disorders, or they have something that sets them apart. Like, there's a reason that they spend a lot of time online. There's a reason that they spend a lot of time in their room. There's a reason for it. And often that reason is pain, or it is self-doubt, or it is fear, or it is some kind of anxiety, or it is, something that sets them apart. And so when they come into your chat, or they come into your stream, or they watch your YouTube video, or they listen to your podcast, there's a part of them that wants to trust you, and they will give you a chance. They'll come through the door of your content. They'll come through, hey, that's pretty cool, that's really interesting. But they want to trust you, because your integrity is your most important resource. If you have the greatest content ever, but you blow it with your integrity, you will lose everything. Christian streamers have something more than a parasocial relationship. What that means is that, if you look at the celebrities, you look at anyone else, that parasocial relationship, that kind of gets weird because you have these, crazy people who think that they're going to get married to X celebrity, or that one person in the movie looked at them particularly, like they got real issues. And so they're trying to do the parasocial relationship, it kind of gets wrong. But at the same time, it's also the thing that, like, say, OnlyFans exploits lonely people who want a girlfriend, who want to feel something, who want to connect to somebody, that you'd be like, okay, I'll do that for you. And they have this parasocial, as in they're not together. It's not them. It is something beyond, something different. It's parasocial. But we do something different. We actually want to be affected by, we actually want to affect, we want our hearts to be knitted together. We want our influence and what we do and what we feel to kind of connect to each other so that we move forward together. It goes deeper, which means as it goes deeper, you have a higher level of responsibility because you're asking for more trust, which means if you break it in your integrity, you're going to hurt people more because you're a Christian streamer. No matter how big you get, no matter how gifted you are, no matter how talented you are, once your integrity is gone, all your work goes with it. Think about anybody who's blown it, right? Anybody knows who's blown it. My examples are like Mark Driscoll, Rabbi Zacharias, Bill Hybels. What happened to their books, and what happened to their churches, and what happened to all of the content as soon as they were caught? They were like, Rabbi Zacharias is a great example. Everybody loved him. And then all of a sudden they're literally pulling his books off and throwing them in the dumpster. All the good that he had done, all the ministry he had done, all the things that people had said was positive, it just evaporated. And it became, can I trust this? People who got saved under his teaching, had to be like, well, what do I think of that now? Right? It's not just that moment. It is everything you've done since, and everything you've served. Everybody you've affected, everybody you grabbed, all the people that are in your chat then, now, and all the people that you've served are going to be affected if and when you blow it, right? So that's why it's not just they'll never catch me, and it's not just, oh, that was just one time. It is that trust is broken and you're going to hurt people. Let me, a question to consider, and that is, even we all know that the online fields are white for harvest. And yet there's so few Christian content creators that are rising up to produce effective, serving, excellent content. Is it possible that the reason that they're not rising up, not because that they don't feel a sense of importance to it, but that they're not connected to God and they're busy worrying about their skills and their tech and their everything else instead of building their character? And because they see their character as secondary, they aren't hearing the call, because God is going to call those with good character and then equip them. He's not going to call people that have the equipment and then put them in a place of influence and then hope that they get good character. It doesn't work like that, because he knows as much as anybody, scripture, right? Like teachers are doubly judged. That's true, I think, of anybody in the public eye, anybody with an audience. Just as you think about this and as you think about your content, consider the importance of what you're doing. Gathering people, gathering an audience, changing people, creating a movement, trying to help people. And as you look at your private life, and as you look at what people don't see, and as you consider what you do with your time, your talent, your money, your relationships, are you living with integrity? Or is it possible that not only are you going to hurt yourself, but you're going to hurt the people that you're trying to serve? Be careful. Be careful. That's all I say. Be careful.